Morning all, I hope you are well. I am not at work today. Today, my family and I, we go to say bye to a dear loved one. I did not even have a chance at all in this life.
In 100 yards,
At
turn
all.
left onto
And-
Topsworth Street and then turn left.
And I'm sure for most of you, when something sober happens to you, you just find yourself reflecting. Should have turned round. You just find yourself
turn left
reflecting
and then turn
and then
left.
dwelling on this thing we call life. And I woke up around 4. I couldn't sleep. I was on my phone,
In 200 yards, turn left onto Edge Lane.
going through social media as you do. And I came across 2 posts. The first one,
Now turn left.
this lady was talking about not forgiving someone very close to her that did all sorts, when she was growing up to her. And when she was meant to be, one of her happiest days, this person wasn't there for her, very close relative to her. She couldn't believe it. And she made a statement, "I would never forgive." I was like, wow, that's heavy. Then I came across yet another post. This was middle-aged lady. According to her, that she has been in an emotionally abusive relationship, and she just feels like this man, her ex, took extreme advantage of her. Not only that, just left an empty shell. She doesn't feel like, sorry, my camera is all over the place. She doesn't feel like herself anymore. She feels like an empty shell. Like an empty shell of herself is how she described herself. And she says it was as a result of living with this abusive person. And she also made the same statement, "I would never forgive." And honestly, those 2 posts, it really got me thinking, especially knowing today that I was going to be attending a funeral. And like I said, you reflect. And I have had things, happen to me. People be horrible to me. And I also, once upon a time, felt I would never forgive. But I guess time heals. I am a Christian. I'm a practicing Christian. I am not religious, but I am a Christian. I'm a Catholic. I would also attribute, the ability to heal, to move forward, and to forgive. Honestly, I thought I would never be able to forgive, but I found myself being in a position to
In 200 yards,
actually
turn right
just say, you
onto
know what,
Edge Lane.
this person and whatever it is that you've done, I forgive you. And honestly, I will tell you, it wasn't an instant. No, it wasn't. I spoke to someone much older than myself, and I was like, I thought I had forgiven this person, but I remember something, and it takes me back, and I'm angry again, and I want to do something, and and she was like, each time you remember the hurt and pain and disappointment and betrayal, forgive again. So I guess it's a conscious, daily or regular thing, having to forgive. It's not just a case of, oh, I forgive you and all is well. No, we're humans, and whatever it is cuts deep to the bone marrow, deep. So each time you're reminded of it, you know, it takes you back to square one, and you're like, But then, for those of us who believe in God, you know, you can call on God to say, look, I am having a hard time forgiving this person, you know, could you help me forgive? And for those of us who don't believe in God, I guess time will heal. I'm just saying all this to say, regarding the 2 posts that I listened to this morning, I'm not here to judge anyone. I honestly just feel unforgiveness is too heavy. It's too big a burden to carry. You know, forgiving doesn't mean tomorrow you break bread and you kumbaya with whoever it is that has upset you, you know, has betrayed you, has done these horrible things to you, or said these horrible things to you. No, that's not what I'm saying. You can forgive for forgiving's sake, you know, and just make that burden on your heart lighter. And I just feel, for me, another thing that really helped me with forgiveness was I had to take I had to reflect on my life and the growth, you know, in my life and where I am, you know, the things I have achieved. Yes, I would like to be here, you know, I would like to have a bit more money and all sorts. But honestly, compared to where my life was some years ago, God has been nothing but faithful and kind, and he's been there. And you look at it and look at whatever it is that you think this person has done to you, it starts to pale in comparison. It really does, you know. We're heading off now. Well, I'm heading off. I will meet my family there. Like I said, I am going for a funeral. We're going to put a loved one in the ground, and that's it. And, you know, someday that's the journey we would all take. In this life, you know, life is short. It really is. It truly is. So go through that emotion of anger, hurt, pain, disappointment, whatever, but give yourself time to grieve over what it is that they've done to you. It is painful. I have been there. We have all been there. Somebody has done something. You know, somebody you trusted, somebody you loved, somebody you respected, they have done something so cruel towards that you're like, really? If anyone had told me in a million years that this betrayal will come from you, I would say no. But, you know, it's happened. Give yourself time to grieve, and then when you start your healing journey, learn to forgive. Honestly, just forgive. Now, saying that, there are some things that God, please take your ears away from this conversation. But there are some things I would not forgive, and one of that would be
in 200 yards at the traffic light, turn
doing
left
something to
onto
my kids.
A62.
I'm not going to put into words what it is, but anything pertaining my children, forget it. Forget it. And thank God I put that disclaimer to say I'm not here to preach, you know. But honestly, I'm not here to preach. I'm just giving my own personal opinion and how I'm feeling in the moment. But anything concerning my children, forget it. Even in the afterlife, I would not forgive. But yeah, so that's my Wednesday today. As much as I hate going to the office and can't be bothered going to the office, I would rather go to the office today than, you know, go to where I'm going. It is sad. If you could keep our family in prayer. 2024 has been tough for us. We've lost 2 people now in a space of, I want to say 3-4 months. We've had to bury 2 people. It's not been easy at all. So if you could keep our family in prayer. I would appreciate that.
Prepare to
And
turn
then,
right.
you know, for those of us that celebrate Christmas, it's the festive season. Those of us that are Christians, those of us that are hurting, that are, you know, we're bleeding from something someone has done to us. You know, it could be something recent, it could be something that had happened many years ago. In fact, in some cases, the person might have passed on, but we're still holding on to
In
that hurt.
400 yards,
It's
turn right
my
onto
sincere
Fork Road.
prayer to people still struggling with bitterness and hurt and anger, that, you know, that God Almighty will just calm their minds, will give them peace, and you know, bring around healing, total healing, and just give them that ability
Now
to
turn
forgive.
right.
It's not an easy thing to do at all. It really isn't. That's my sincere prayer. So yeah, I'm almost here now, so I need to log off. Another thing you should pray for me is that I get into this festive mood to put up Christmas decorations. Nothing has been done. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. There's not enough hours in the day. I am lazy. I can't be bothered. You know, I pass by other people's homes. It's nicely decorated. Come to my bland, boring house and no Christmas decorations. And the thought of going into the storage room to get it out and start putting it up, and I'm like, oh God.
Road and then
I will do it.
Left.
I'll see if I can sort it out this weekend. Anyway, thanks for listening, if you've managed to listen to the end, and I will see
Now
you
take
in
the
my
fourth
next
exit
video.
at the roundabout
Bye bye.
and then immediately turn left.